let's talk about the superior vena cava. The superior vena cava, it forms behind the first right costal cartilage. The sternum has been removed, but if it were present, it would be over here, and we would have a first right and a first left. So the formation of the superior vena cava is behind the first right costal cartilage by the union of the right and the left brachiocephalic. This is the right brachiocephalic, this is the left brachiocephalic, and the brachiocephalic, they are formed from the respective internal jugular and the subclavian behind the respective sternoclavicular joint between the sternum and the clavicle. The superior vena cava is approximately 7 centimeters long, and it basically pierces the pericardium at the level of the second or behind the second right costal cartilage, and basically drains into the right atrium, the top of the right atrium behind the third right costal cartilage. So formation via the unity of the right and the left brachiocephalic behind the first right costal cartilage, piercing the pericardium behind the second right costal cartilage, and draining into the top of the right atrium over here at the level of the third right costal cartilage, or behind it to be more accurate. Alright, so let's consider the relations. So this is the mediastinum, the lungs, right and the left, and we have the heart over here. This is the cardiac notch. So if we talk about the medial relations, we have over here we have the ascending aorta. So the ascending aorta forms part of the relations, and we have the brachiocephalic artery, which is also forming part of the medial relations. Right, what about the lateral relations? The lateral relations include the right phrenic nerve and the right pleura and the right lung, as well as the associated vessels of the right phrenic nerve. As you can see over here, we have the phrenic nerve and the pericardio-phrenic vessels, and this is the right lung and this is the right pleura. In this diagram, again, we can see the relations towards the medial side. We can see the ascending aorta, and we can see the brachiocephalic artery, and towards the lateral side we can see the right phrenic nerve and the pericardiophrenic vessels. So over here, this is a lateral view. So once again, the lungs have been removed, so you cannot see the right pleura and the right lung on the lateral side of the superior vena cava, but this is the superior vena cava, this is the heart, and you can see over here the pericardiophrenic vessels, both the artery and the nerve, and you can see the phrenic nerve, the right one. And additionally, although you cannot see the medial, had you been able to see that, you would have seen the ascending aorta. So about the posterior relations, you will see over here the trachea and the right vagus nerve. As for the anterior relations, we have the internal thoracic vessels, the ribs, and we also have part of the anterior margin of the right lung and the pleura, as well as the part of the pericardium.